In today's video, we go over, is the IS38 Turbo worth it? We talk about drivability, we talk about driving around town versus the freeway. We talk about what I personally like better. Everything else you need to know, in my opinion, before you think about spending a couple $1,000s to get this upgrade. Did you know on CarmerSpeed.com, we're all about building confidence in the garage, but more importantly, right now we're doing our first big giveaway. We are giving away the Unitronic catback exhaust for this Volkswagen GTI. This windbreaker might be up by then. We have some hats, shirts, jet tags, anything will get you entries to get this catback exhaust. On the Unitronic website, this exhaust is over $1,000. By the time tax, shipping and all that, you're looking at, I think, $1,200 to $1,300. If you enjoy the content, you like building confidence in the garage, you want to get these videos farther out and reach more cars and more platforms and just learn everything we can about cars, CarmerSpeed is hands down the best way to support the channel, so we're excited to find a way to make it work so we can give back to you guys, and some of these parts we put on these cars moving forward, we really want to put in your hands on a regular basis. Back to the IS38 subject, where were we? Biggest thing for me, the takeaway of the IS38 that I was thinking about, how can I add value to you guys making a decision and spending your money, is what kind of driving do you do where you live? Like in Gilbert, Arizona, where I'm at, like there's a lot of really nice flat roads. There's a lot of street lights and not a lot of long opportunity to go fast. And in those type of streets around town, I really miss the IS20 Turbo because the drivability was slightly better in short spurts of driving. It spooled up a little bit quicker and it was just lighter on its feet in regards to getting through the gears and all that. Now, which one would I leave on the car? Personally, it's on the other side of this. So if you live in an area like Phoenix where you might daily drive 20-30 minutes and you spend a lot of time on the freeway, this car freaking rips now on the top end. Like, it is crazy what that little bit of how they built the turbo and made it slightly bigger makes a difference in the power band. And this is the first time I've ever upgraded a turbo on a car, so like everyone talks about, like, is the power up top, does it like high revs, does it like staying in the low end, you know, all these things that I'm learning about turbos, and I don't know nearly as much as I should, or I should say nearly as much as I want to. When you need to pass someone on the freeway and this thing shifts from 6th gear to 4th gear, there's so much meat in the power band for the engine just to utilize boost to get you like up to speed really fast. It's crazy. So like you'll downshift and then from 4,000 RPM all the way to red line, it's just full boost, not letting off. While the IS20, it will taper off, you know, after 5,000 RPM and you kind of lose boost at the top end. And it's just kind of, not gutless, but when you experience the IS38, you're like, whoa, like this thing just loves the top end, which we'll get on the freeway in a little bit and show you. The sensation you get from it having more boost to work with on the top end is something that you feel. It's not something you can really see through a video. Take that for what it is. It's something to look forward to in real life. Let's talk about lag. The IS38 definitely has noticeable lag compared to the IS20. The lag on the IS20 is basically non-existent. The lag on the IS38 is just a little bit there. The only reason you really like think about it is because you know what the difference is, because you're going from a 20 to a 38. It's not something to be scared of. It doesn't upset me in any way. It really doesn't. Like, you might think like, oh, lag's a bad thing. Like, it's not, because the top end is so much faster. You're like, who cares about the lag? It's worth it because the lag is so little. It's not like some Mark IV Supra big turbo where you're sitting there, oh, it's like, it's just downshift, give it a second, about 1 full second, and then it'll pull into boost. While the IS20 is you floor it downshift and then it will get into boost right away. So you're really not losing out on anything. You're actually getting excited for that full second because this thing is about to freaking take off like a rocket. This car is so much faster with the IS38 that when I got into my 2015 STI, that's probably around 350 horsepower, it felt like kind of slow. and I was a little bit in shock. I was like, dang, the GTI is actually really quick. But one thing I wanted to mention is that if you don't want to deal with lag and you're driving through the canyon hills, you just throw it into a higher gear, you're in manual, the boost is right there every single time. So I'm in third gear, it's right there. But it's just when you're daily driving it, there's some lag because you're going from fifth or sixth gear to a second or third, and it wasn't ready at all. The RPMs are so low, and then you deal with a little bit of lag on top of it. It makes it seem a little more dramatic. So if you just throw it down, you do get some more turbo noise out of the car with this turbo. Put it in third. It's at 5,000 RPM. 21, 23. And so it's at red line in fifth gear at 23 pounds of boost. The IS20 is not going to do that. And that's the difference. And when it's at full boost at that high of RPM at that speed, you look down and you go from 65 miles an hour to 95. Like when the IS20 is a little bit more gradual than that. That makes it really fun. And in Phoenix, you spend a lot of time on the freeway. And when I took it out of town to LA, even my girlfriend's driving it, and I'm like, hey, just pass these people, would ya? And she's in drive and nothing fancy, and floors it in drive, and it goes from 6th to 4th, and it goes to 4,500 RPM, full boost, and it's just, what? She looks down, she's like, we're going 100 miles an hour. It's great to pass people. It reminds me of the same sensation that I got from the Mustang GT. That car being a V8 and having so much displacement, when you do need to make something as simple as a pass on the freeway, you don't have to wring the engine out completely. This thing shifts down to 4,500, 5,000 RPM, and it's full boost. It's enough to get you where you want to go instead of having it in third gear at 6,000 RPM like an NA, like 2 liter or something like a Ford Focus or a Golf. You're gonna wring that thing out, but you can depend on the boost more, and it just makes it really fun and just easy. If you want to get traction, if you want to avoid wheel hop, you need a motor mount. I did take the insert out. I like this car as comfortable as possible, and I'm kind of playing with it. And when you have stock bushing down there in the bottom for the engine on the IS38 and you floor it off the light, I am getting a wheel hop again. It's so much torque putting down at low RPM that it starts to hop. So from a going off the light fast aspect, I kind of lost a little bit of power. I modulate the throttle a little bit, so I take off from a light smooth, wait till second gear, then roll into boost, and then I can keep my traction down while maintaining all my favorite smooth daily driver aspects of it. Not very much vibration, really smooth. So I've figured it out, I've learned. But if you do motor mounts, IS38, and all the supporting mods, you have a very quick hatchback. Probably, I would have to say, the fastest one that I've personally owned, easily. This thing just hauls like 40 to 80 miles an hour. Like, I'll get another one for you. Gear, roll into it, shift early, okay, let her eat. Personally, I like this GTI better with the IS38. I like the speed over the little bit of less lag, more drivability out of the IS20 around town. I do like to pass people really fast on the freeway. Like if I have a situation where I'm like, I just want to pass this person real quick, downshift, pass them like that. I don't got to wring out the motor too much, just let the boost carry me around. Driving it through the canyons felt no problems. Pulling out of corners, you're higher in the RPMs, there's not much boost lag anyways. Pulling out of corners, the thing just goes. So I'm a huge fan of it. It's definitely something I don't think you should, I need it now. It's not a I need it now, it's a hey, get all the supporting mods, work up to it, and then if you have the GTI long enough, then go for it. If you're bored, put the IS38 on it, and I know you'll fall in love with it again, and you'll go freaking beat some of your homies for sure, and some faster cars that probably cost more. I have links in the description to order this IS38 Turbo through Unitronic. We've done everything Unitronic on this car, so if you're new here, you can go check out those videos of us modifying the car and having a good time with it. We're giving away that Unitronic catback, so save yourself $1,000, get a cool t-shirt, jet tag in the process. Thanks so much for stopping by, CarSpeed.com. Don't forget about that giveaway. I'll see you in the next video.